Well, this episode was something, but first, the Youma invasion. So, this Youma invasion has two plots: Youma versus everyone, as well as Ginko and Senko versus Fubuki. Yeah, that happens. Youma versus everyone is pretty much what it says on the tin, but there's a Senran Kagura without that, as Kagura procures a barrier that does that because of that barrier giving off frantic status. Okay. But it's still kind of cool seeing a lot of character interactions. Ikaruga and Yomi fighting. Ikaruga and Yoma together fighting the Yoma to Ikaruga and Katsuragi with the grouping. Yagyu and Imu both getting nosebleeds and thanking the barrier as they get to see their respective Yuri crushes. Yeah, that kind of stuff. The Yoma gets defeated, but they all kind of combine into one huge Yoma, and Riona, of all people, think to tie up the Yoma, which she does, and then all three team leaders uses their best attack on that huge Yoma, and then Asuka steps in and uses Fumakorin and seals the Yoma. On the other side, well, this is pretty brief, but Gekko and Zenko actually fights Fubuki, but gets wrecked. And the Yoma invasion ends rather quickly at that. Well, after all that, things goes back to normal. Miyabi and Homer's group meets up, and Riona does that. Right? Homer is still suspicious of Asuka, and rightfully so, since she showed off her sealing of the Yoma. Yumi and Asuka meets up, and well, Yumi wants answers from Asuka, and and finally, like, after Yumi tells her that they're friends, so please tell Yumi and as well as us, please. But before Asuka gets to say, well, Fubuki interrupts. And Fubuki lays a lot of bombshells. And some of the suspicions that I had were fake red herrings, kinda, as she reveals that she's half Yoma and half human. So I was right on both accounts that Fubuki could control the Yoma, but she was also a Yoma as well. But not only that, now it makes sense as to why she despises the Shinobi. Well, she despises the Shinobi because of her being half Yoma and half human, in which the Shinobi kills Yoma for no good reason besides they're evil. It must have pissed her off to knowing how the Shinobi system worked because of that. Anyways, what Fubuki says about Shinobi just killing Yoma because they're evil brings up a lot of evil Shinobi, good Yoma, evil Yoma are not all as clear cut, as Yumi believes that they were told that the Yoma are evil, thus is justified. Much like what Miyabi said about her mother's death being a justification. While Fubuki thinks that is very different, as she said similarly in previous episodes, as she states that even the Yoma can love, yet they are deemed evil because they are monsters. Senran Kagura may be about shameless fan service and the such, but when it has depth, it has depth and clearly showing that the lawful, neutral, and chaotic alignments aren't all that simple. Anyways, she tells us all this and the episode ends. Nonetheless, a very good episode, if not for Fubuki finally giving us some answers, with Riona oddly getting a lot of screen time this episode. Animation was slipping a bit in fight scenes and just static scenes, but nonetheless, in terms of plot, and I do mean plot, it was satisfying and really getting in depth with the shinobi and the Youma business that Fubuki seems to have a vendetta against. Though the next episode seems more like another breather episode, but who knows? Like the previous episode gave us. Until next week, LA out.